started getting money, living lavish in the stool every day. I done turned into a habit. Man, I had to make it happen. When I first started rapping, they said it would never happen. Poof, making money like it's magic. Every time I hop up on a beat, I turn it to a classic. These little boys screaming that they want a static. When I pull up, tell me why they start to panic. Run it up, run it up.
Welcome back to Different by Default. This is another episode of season 4.
You know what I'm saying? You look a little anxious when you was clapping.
That was a nice clap.
How you guys doing out there, man? My name is Kyrell. I'm your host. Been 4 seasons. If you're new to the show, welcome to the show. You about to sit down and be blessed. Wow. With me today, I got all the guys with me today, and I got 2 returning guests. I have Curb and I have Mark with me.
Thank you.
You guys remember that from earlier?
Rel asked us to wear the same exact clothes again as we did the last time.
I feel like this is more episodes just a DVD behind closed doors.
Yeah, he asked me to cut my hair, chin hair again. So I have to do that again.
So, you guys already know them. So since you guys liked Self-Mastery, and since you guys liked Curb's episode about him, his comedy, and how we talked about Ime, we're just gonna run it back. We're gonna do a part 2 of we're gonna do a part 2 of Self-Mastery. I found that it was a real dope conversation. Everybody was just flowing with everything they was doing. We got to see, as Urbane just said, behind closed doors of DVD. We got to see more of Herb and Kay and even Tanuel. So without further ado, we're just gonna kick off the episode. And actually, we're going to give Curb his spotlight because, Curb wasn't present for Mark's episode.
I gonna do a deep dive on me, man?
I mean,
what's up? What's up, man? Let's go. Let's do it.
It would just be,
what's up?
It would just be the straight icebreaker questions, as in, like.
I got one.
Damn.
I already had it in my head. I just want to throw that. Is there any comedian that you that you watched before, or any comedian that you kind of was like inspired by that you met yet?
That I met?
Yeah.
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr. I'm watching Breakfast with Family right now, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, he did our show.
I didn't finish his recent one, but I need to finish it.
Yeah, we used to run a show. Me and my boys, great comedians William Batiste and Josh Otusanya. We used to run a show in New York at Westside Comedy Club. Bill Burr dropped by, did our show. Cool guy off stage. We chopped it up a little bit. Roy Wood Jr. is another one I respect. Yeah, he's really funny. And yeah, more and more you do it. That's the thing about comedians. There's not really unless you're Eddie Murphy. Basically, that's just it. Eddie Murphy. Unless you're Eddie Murphy, everybody else is attainable as far as like you're gonna cross paths. I know people cross paths with Kevin Hart. You could cross paths with Dave Chappelle. That's the thing, like with rappers, if you're a rapper, you're never going to cross paths with Jay-Z. It's rare, cross paths with Lil Wayne or Rick Ross. But with comedians, they're all like just so down to earth because this shit really humbles you. So they always go back to the grind where they started out. So you're always going to cross paths with them.
Yeah, I got a quick question. I actually really enjoyed watching your episode, man.
Oh, appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure.
So long ago, right?
Yeah, it was a while back. It was a while back, but I really did appreciate it, and it kind of goes intertwined with some of the things I was talking about too. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to ask you, like during your path of comedy, right? You're a comedian, you're on stage. Yeah. Aside from the comedy, telling jokes, like just the life experience going through that, the bus ride back. What other aspects of life did you learn just from pursuing your passion for comedy?
What other aspects of life did I learn from pursuing comedy? I learned resilience. Definitely resilient. You gotta be resilient like a motherfucker. And like I said in the last episode from way back, like when you bomb, you learn a lot about yourself because like I said, bombing feels like you're getting jumped. Like you're really getting kicked to the ground and you're just getting used to being, falling down. You fall down 9, you got to get back up 10. So no matter what, I learned life isn't always as bad as it seems. Mm-hmm. It's never as good as it seems. It's never as bad as it seems. You're not as bad as your worst experience. You're not as good as your best experience. But you got to learn how to find that consistency. Always strive for the higher path. And yeah, there's a lot of things you learn about comedy. You got to be comfortable in silence. in your own thoughts, because comedy is it's a lonely game. It's only you and the microphone, and it's you against the audience. It's like you and the audience are together, but it's you against the audience, really.
Yeah.
And to come up with your jokes and everything, you spend a lot of lonely nights in comedy. So
Did you almost quit, like give up that night where you at the bus?
Oh,
you almost gave up or something?
not that I almost gave up, but it was just like, what the fuck? Is this right for me?
Right.
Is this really what I want to do?
You're still doing it, so you push through it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
Dope.
in me, man. Once you really love something, you can't really like shake it off. Really, as much as you try, you can't shake that shit off.
Right, with that being said, I feel like everybody in this room is passionate about something that they do.
Yeah.
But Urbane, it is editing. Like Urbane is an amazing.
So we gotta
editor.
ask you the questions, man. You ask everybody a question. I know you're the host, but nah, man. We gotta ask you. What are you passionate about?
What am I passionate
Yeah,
about?
what are you passionate about?
I think, besides DVD, actually, no, I'm passionate about DVD.
Mhm.
This is my franchise. This is my business.
Her business.
I'm not saying that. You know,
I got shares in this company too.
I'm not saying it like it's
Yeah,
my.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
He said you're passionate.
It's all of yours, but it's all y'all can say is mine. That's what it is. All y'all can say is mine.
This is
It's a
something I'm
collective,
really
man.
passionate about. I want to bring this name out to like. I want this name to be worldwide. I want people to be like, I mean, maybe sometimes I just be thinking like, cause sometimes I was thinking in the house like, yo, wouldn't it be cool if like some kid was walking down the street and on his lunchbox it was me, K, June, Irv, and Tim.
DVD lunchbox.
Like, yo, like, wouldn't it be cool if
Kids even still have lunchboxes?
That's what
DVD phone case, maybe.
That's what a kid would
Lunchbox.
And we got phone cases too. We got phone cases too, yo. Make sure y'all buy y'all merch. But
Air Force Ones and lunchboxes.
DVD on my Walkman. What?
like, I like, would it be cool? Like one day, I'm like, I hate the beach, but one day I'll go to the beach, and like some girl get out the lake or something, and she got a towel with my face on it or a cage with her, like.
Is that DVD?
Is that
I ain't going to cap. That's breakups right there.
You know.
You said you had a beach, you came out of lake.
Swamp.
That's Jersey for you.
Like things
No
like
beaches
that. I'm very passionate on the business side.
passionate about.
Like the business side of DVD. Like I talk to everybody about it all the time. You know, even getting people here. Like sometimes it's just like, alright, we should put this person in, and like behind closed doors, like if this is me and her being in the car, we are sitting here and we are talking crazy. Like Urbane, he doesn't hold back. So he'll be like, yo, what can this person give me? Like, what does this person bring to my show? Like, I'm not about to just throw him on the show because you know him. Like, alright, I got you. So I sit back and I'm like, alright, so I can't put this guy on the show. Like, yeah, me and Urbane cool with him, but nah, he ain't not gonna be nothing. He not gonna be nothing. This guy right here though, he has his own message. Like for example, you and mine, you guys have your own messages that can like go out and it will reach somebody. So it's like, alright, mind you, it's like sometimes it's last minute, sometimes it's just like, yo, like I'm sitting down, like I would literally wake up from a nap, like from my dream, text her brain, like, yo, we need to have this person on the podcast. Why? Like we already got this whole set. Like trust me, we need to have this person here. I mean, Urbane did that to me once before, like, but Alter Egos, like, I didn't know these guys.
I'm not gonna cap.
Like, this
I
guy
thought it was a white boy band.
Urbane told me, he was like, yo, like, we had an episode slated for
Kurt or Urbane.
Nah, like, we had this episode slated for the day. So I'm like, alright, I'm getting ready for this episode. Like, I'm looking through the notes, I'm looking at, like, what we're gonna talk about. While I'm watching stuff, like, alright, yeah, maybe I can bring this into the show. Get that text from Urbane. No, it was a phone call. It was a phone call from Urbane. So I pick up the call. I remember where I was at too. I wasn't home. I know where I was at. I pick up the call. Yo. And when Urbane got something to tell me that's crazy, he always starts off the call. How you doing, my brother? Like, how you feeling right now? I don't want to hear none of that. Like, what's up, bro? What we changing? What happened? Like, who's not showing up? He's like, oh, no, we just going to cancel. We're going to put these guys in here. Alright. whatever you gotta
be able to roll with the flow. But I want to, because going back to the self-mastery thing, I want to ask. I don't know. I'm not sure if you asked this question to last time you was here, but last time.
Yeah, last time.
Yeah, I missed half of it. But what do you? All right, y'all clearly all love this. What do you all feel? What's your role in the podcast?
Okay.
Oh,
What do you feel like is your role?
that's crazy because just episodes back when I was doing my episode with Shantae. Y'all check
Way
that
back.
episode out.
Yeah.
Way back.
Like,
Way back. Yeah, early.
talking about way back.
Yeah, way back. So I said in the
That was a great
episode.
episode, by the way. That was a great episode.
I appreciate it, man.
Good, man.
I was telling her, she asked me, she asked the same question, and I was just like, everybody has their own role, and when it's, I don't like my role.
I'm Houdini.
I don't like my role.
What is your role? What do you think is your role?
Let them tell you what my role is.
No,
Come on, you
know who you are.
You know what? That might be a better thing. I think you learn more about what other people view you than what you view yourself.
I mean,
So that might be a better thing. What do y'all
Alright,
think
so-
Tyrell's role is?
I'm gonna let y'all say what the role is, then I'll say my role, and then we could just do that for everybody here.
Go
ahead, y'all go with that?
What's your role?
I've very much summed his role up. He is the face of
He's
DPD.
a pretty boy. He's a pretty boy.
When you tune in, the
He is
first person
Washington.
you see is gonna be Rel. Rel is the host. He leads. It's gonna be Rel. Everything picture wise, I consider Rel's the face. Yes, that's what I would consider.
Y'all agree with
You the
that?
pretty boy.
Yeah.
I look at him as the host. You know what I'm saying? He does the role of, kind of starting and trying to traffic this podcast and however our conversation goes. Also, I can say he was kind of the base of our connections.
I had the glue.
Yeah, because he was kind of like, starting off with the people that we was doing our podcast with. So, yeah, that's how we do it.
Alright.
I make mine quick.
man.
I'm gonna just go back to what Rodney was saying. Like, if we was the Power Rangers, I'm Red Ranger. That's it. I'm Red Ranger, and y'all know you don't like it. Red Ranger, White Ranger. And we talk about Mighty Morphin. Red Ranger, White Ranger. That's how we do it.
What's the White Ranger the leader? I forgot.
Nah, it was.
What Rangers are we?
Huh?
What fucking Rangers?
Well, yeah. Ain't no pink and yellow in it.
You run out of colors.
Urban's blue. You was black, and Chan was the other one.
I go with black. I go with black.
So you're green, Sean call you.
Wait, which Ranger? Because one of the greens was a bitch.
The Green Ranger Mighty Morphin was definitely Tommy.
No, we're not. You bridge. Must be me. You bridge.
Back up with that.
Alright, so what's Urbane's role?
Urbane is my co-host. He is someone who I go to when
He the
it's
brains.
Yeah, I guess.
Basically, like
Say he blew he's a brain.
Urbane pulled it off for us.
He's Beast.
Urbane is he's
If you do X-Men, he's like Beast.
he's like Beast. He is definitely someone who I go
Brings in the
to.
operations. Yeah.
Like we bounce off each other, but I just let him he is definitely someone who I know. Like when I gave him alright, so we was talking about this yesterday. So with merch, Urbane's in charge of that. I'm not in charge of that. Cause you put me in charge of the merch, I know everyone. Everybody knows me. Everybody's like, yo, Kyro's a nice guy. Maybe I can mean in and get a discount. Maybe I get this for free.
And they might get that discount.
And they might get the discount.
They probably will.
So they probably will. But I know, when I was thinking about it, I was like, yo, Urbane got it. I watched Urbane sit here. They was like, yo, Herb, you should give us a discount. We Molly brand ambassador. Herb's like, no. You gotta buy this full price. I can't help you because I gotta pay full price. So
What did Future say? You buy it from the designer brands. All that money.
There you go.
Urbane, you can buy 20. You can spend $25.
It's an Instagram reel. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how it goes, bro. He don't buy it because I'm your friend. Buy it because this the best price. You know what I'm saying? This is worth it. This is valuable.
And definitely, I know the things that I like, Urbane gains it. So it's this is definitely someone I go to if I need it. When we was recruiting brand ambassadors too, to this day, there's this one brand ambassador, and if I wish Polo would say it, he could tell you the story too. But we sitting at church, and I talk to the brand ambassador that I'm trying to get. I'm like, yo, I just need you to like sign the contract, blah blah blah. She said, yeah, I'll do it in a week. Alright, whatever. Go to Polo. I'm like, yo, watch the master at work. Or Ben go talk to her, he come back, oh yeah, she signed. Like, what you mean?
I like that, man. I like that. But real quick, because I have a point to all this. What do you think your role is?
My role?
Comic relief.
Comic relief, and I push out like a little bit outside content, like streaming, gaming wise.
But you mainly like ease the tension in the room, kind of thing. Like comic relief. That's good.
Ace card. He's the ace card right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, big ace.
How about your role?
A different viewpoint.
Different viewpoint. Yeah. You bring in like the.
Yeah, when I'm here,
I'm like not really devil's advocate, but a different angle.
Yeah, different angle.
Right. And what about?
I always kind of go around that since, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like you do the same thing.
Yeah, I was about to say, I feel like I throw a different. Yeah, because K throw out a dark different point of view. Me, I feel like I'm.
You need a more level-headed side.
All right, so the point is like, what do y'all think y'all doing to master y'all roles? How do you get better at that role?
How do I get better at being?
How you get better at hosting? How you get better at being the brains? How you get better at the different viewpoints? How you get better at the comic relief?
I'm happy that you say that, because we was kind of just talking about the fact that we are sitting here and we're actually, recording this. We do one shots. We don't really do retakes. Probably like the first 5 minutes, some bull crap happens. Who knows? But like pretty much anything that we say, it kind of just goes out and we try and we release it. We get our views, we get our opinions, and from there we just try to figure out what else we do. And we try to just plan like whatever we plan out or whatever our next plan or whatever side things we want to do. We try, we put it out. We get our response. Yeah, that's the best.
But do you do anything outside of that to get better?
Outside,
you definitely do more research.
I about to say that is something that I'll be trying to work on, but it still is kind of hard to maintain this and just life itself. You know what I'm saying? Outside of this, but I feel like some of the plans that we have coming up will kind of show more of the.
It's gonna help.
We're actually trying to work on other stuff to build this podcast.
Okay.
For me, it might sound funny, but I try to feel myself in these people's shoes.
You got some tiny feet.
Yeah, you got some tiny feet.
Shut the hell up, nigga, I'm talking.
You got some tiny feet.
Like, I see myself like, what if I was hosting? What if I had a dark?
I would not leave.
What if I had a dark side? We'll get more views on hosting, by the way.
No, if you host the episode, yeah, you can put them more glasses down. You're not.
What if I had a better venue? No, that's not me. That's not me. I'm just speaking though, or editing though. But like, yeah.
And how about you? How do you feel like you become a better host?
For me, it's just basically outside life. Like, hosting is basically just like being Chiron to me. It's like keeping these guys, like, I don't want to say keeping them in check, but keeping them like, on point, like focus on the task at hand, like keeping them like somewhat motivated. Like that's basically what I've been doing all my life with these guys.
Okay.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Listen, if it ain't broke, man, we're gonna say that.
Don't fix
it. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of times, like we're on a really good combo here, man. Talk about your career and the whole mastery thing. What are some like challenges? Like I know me personally, one of the things I struggle with is like time management, which I focus on that. It's like you got a leaky pocket. Like I keep spending money. How do I keep spending money? Oh, that's why. And you zone in on it. So a lot of times, what hinders us is like distractions, right? Like we go through our week, and just basically how you help minimize distractions, because we can always put a little bit more time on our craft, but it's just that procrastination, distraction, this and that.
I think we had this topic before.
Oh, me personally, and I think you can attest to this, but if we talking about DVD like season 4 as a collective, me personally, how I take care of distractions. I just take everything personal now. Like I'm in my villain arc, I gotta get better at this. I got something to prove. So every little distraction, if it's not if it's not bettering me and being a better host, if it's not bettering me being a better leader or a better conversationalist or whatever the case may be, I do not need it right now. Like, I need to go. I gotta further go. Like, there's someone out there watching me right now who is like, yeah, I got you right now. Like, you see, like, I did improve. Like, I did do this. I did do, like, you know, like, it's just that in general. Like, that's what sticks onto my mind. It's having that person at home who clicks onto their YouTube or open Spotify or Apple Podcasts, whatever the case may be, Instagram, and they see me like, okay, how did Brell change from season 1, now we're in season 4 episode, whatever the case may be, like, how did he change from that? How is he like improving?
By the way, this episode is called the Deep Dive of the DBD podcast. Inside,
I like that title,
podcast.
Inside DVD.
Behind the music type shit. We getting real deep. But I like that you said the villain arc, because that's another thing that I learned from stand up. You gotta be comfortable being the bad guy, man. If everybody, if you feel the hatred, you gotta be comfortable with that. It's like, alright, y'all hate me, alright, let's keep going with it, man.
Yeah,
Let's see where it leads, man.
That's what I'm in right now. I'm in my villain arc right
But
now.
I like that y'all all have y'all know y'all roles. And I think that's very important. Like a team works when they have roles and you know their role. I remember Draymond Green was talking to the AAU team recently, and he was like, man, everybody can't be Steph, everybody can't be Klay. Like, some people gotta know what they do and master that shit. Like, I'm the rebound guy, I'm the defensive guy. I mean, I can shoot more, but why shoot when he does it better? And that's the thing with roles. Like, everybody, there's different cogs to the machine. So I like to use an analogy for a car. So, like, everybody's like, what's the most important part of a car, you would say?
Well, if you think about a car, if one thing is messed up, the car not going to move.
That's what I was about to get to. So a lot of people say the engine, because it's the most expensive, it's important.
Right,
and I was like, oh, you know, engine's the most important. And you'll look at oil like, it's cheap, it's not important. But let you not put oil in your car and watch that engine lock up.
That's me telling them, that's not fun, man.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody, as long as you know your role and you could play that to the best of your ability, man, y'all gonna take off, man.
For sure.
Y'all take off, man.
Y'all having fun in y'all do that? Y'all having a good time? Like come naturally, y'all?
Yeah,
That's the most important part, man. That's fun. Enjoy it.
Mad chill.
I understand what you're saying as far as like focusing on anything that makes you, if it's not, you know, feeding into your host, but you gotta have balance in your life, man.
I do have balance in my life, but the thing is,
You just don't want to be a pretty boy, bro. You don't
you
want
want to be rough and shit. You want to be the bad boy.
Nah, that's not even
Dang,
it's
bro.
like,
Shit overrated, bro. Get a manicure, man. Embrace that shit, man. Put some beads in the back of your braids, man.
I think I think me and her was having this conversation the other day. It was like me and her, and me and Rodney. I don't know. I was having this conversation the other day, but I was just like, yo, and like the aspect of DBG and just Kyrell as a person, I'm sick and tired of, like, you know, taking L's sometimes. Like, I feel like I take L's all the time, but I'm great with that. Like, you know, every L, every loss is a new experience. It's you know, so it's like I'm good with that. But it's just like, alright, I'm sick and tired of being like, you know, the nice guy, the okay guy. You know, it's time for me to, like, especially after that night. It was like, yeah, I gotta go. I texted her back. I was like, yeah, I gotta just like show what I can do.
Learn how to be a bad guy, man.
I gotta be the bad guy, you know.
Learn how to
You'll
be.
see
It's not even
soon, though.
Yeah, it's not even necessarily being a bad guy. It's just like, all right, there's a myth that goes around, like, you know, you hear women like bad guys. You know, everybody hears that, but it's not that they like bad guys. It's they like certain traits that bad guys tend to have. It's confidence, not giving a fuck about other opinions, assertive, being focused. And then when you're the nice guy, a lot of nice guys, you know, you defer a lot. It's like, I don't know. What do you think? Yeah, let's do whatever you do.
The only thing I had all of them.
Yeah, I'm going out asshole, bro. That's what
I've always been confident since seeing you. Like, the most humbling thing. Like, I said it in season 2. Oh, season 2, right? Season 2. Alright, I said it in season 2.
How you checking on us?
You're supposed to be the host.
I don't even know what you're saying.
point guard.
Someone tell me 3 too. That's the funny part.
Nah, season 2, it was definitely season 2. But I said in season 2, that Alter Egos episode, getting the heartbroken thing, that was the best thing that ever happened to me. Like, I didn't think about it then, but that was the best thing that ever happened to me. Because
Girl broke your heart, man.
it is what it is.
How do you feel?
Like,
How do you feel?
how I feel about it now?
Yeah.
Oh, how I feel about it now, that heartbreak has nothing to do with the worst things that ever happened in my life.
You still love her?
Huh?
You still love her? Never did. You never did. You never loved her. How long y'all was dating?
We wasn't dating yet. We was just talking.
So how the fuck you got your heart broken by somebody you wasn't
Because
dating?
it was just that.
You thought that you hear about like
relationships.
oh shit.
It was just
Oh, shit.
It was just the anticipation, like 8 months strong. Okay, we're going into this relationship. Like we're strong. We're together into this. Just to be like the day of my birthday. Just be like, yeah, nah, I don't want to do this.
She said that? She said she don't want to do this?
Yeah, like yeah,
Damn,
nah.
on your birthday. She knew it was your birthday too?
She was with him.
Did she text you?
It was face to face.
Nah, what's her name? Put her on blast. I don't know that's not it. I mean, funny, he's like, Chantel. Oh, that was too close.
Nah,
That was a random name I just said. That was a girl from my heart. My bad.
Dude, that birthday was too much of a hit, my brother.
Damn, man. So you gotta get it.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. You watch the episode, you see it, you figure out it's you, cute, whatever. But it impacted me. It was like, alright, not again, never again. And
Why never again?
cause it was just like,
To find love, you gotta be willing to get your heart broken.
oh, nah, I know that.
To find success, you gotta be willing to fail.
I know that too.
Yeah.
I've
That's the
only,
problem. I don't want to fail.
You don't wanna fail?
yeah, like
You gotta wanna fail.
my thing is the only thing that was
You have to fail, man.
like looking back on it now, sitting like if I put myself back in my shoes then, like when I got my heart broken, blah blah blah, the toll it took on me, how I was sitting up at John's house that for 2 weeks didn't go nowhere.
You were sick.
Yeah, I was sitting there,
I
you know,
can't eat.
after,
Every
like my
song
head was
reminded you of
fuzzy,
her.
like my
Dang.
head was fuzzy, just sitting there. I ain't go nowhere. I ain't hoop.
2 weeks of just solid
2
talk to your
weeks,
head.
2 weeks
bro, that's
solitude
wild.
in the mountains.
You had 12 hours.
Y'all was around him when that happened?
You know, he was.
No, I was there. I was there when
You was there when it happened?
No, I
Did
was
it happen
there.
while y'all was doing the podcast?
No.
this
Oh,
was
this is before
this
you
is
know.
during- yeah, this is
I was there through the process of what's going on, and then he
Right.
like disappeared for like 2 weeks.
I was.
It's good to get that shit out the
Yeah,
way
it
early,
is.
man.
Yeah.
That shit like fucking chicken pox. Like, get the heartbreak out when you young, man. Cause I got my heart broken for the first time in my
For
life
me, I
recently, bruh.
I don't see
That
it
shit
as
like,
a
you a grown ass man getting your heart broken for the first time, bruh. Like, get over that shit, bruh.
Those 2
Get that
weeks,
shit out the way early, bruh.
like those 2 weeks in that genre, I was like looking back at it now, it was like, yo, Kyrell, like I'm glad it happened because if you see me those 2 weeks compared to how I was way before the heartbreak, I was not a leader. I was not a leader. I was not how I am now. June can attest to it. I was more of a like, you know, I'll be in the back type guy.
Yeah,
Came back from John's house, cut my hair, you
that's
know.
what it is, bro.
Came
You
back.
got that swagger back.
I was like, yo, I'm me.
on your mojo. Man.
Yeah, so, and that, like I said, that heartbreak wasn't, I don't count it as the worst heartbreak, but I just count it as significant because it changed me
That's
and made me
what's
into
up,
who I am today. And I respect, like, to this day, I see the girl and I'm just like, I still talk to her, I'm like, yo, what's up? Like sometimes, like, I think there was one time I was like, yo, thank you. Yeah, like, thank you, man. And she was like, thank you for what? Just thank you.
That's real, man.
But
Mark, what was your most monumental heartbreak
Ooh,
that you learned from shit from?
Ooh, listen, I might need a warning for that one.
Master.
Listen. I think all my experiences have, they all taught me something. But you know, the most recent ones for me is really like my last relationship, because my last relationship is just the sum of what I've learned up to that point. And then you learn something up to that point and you realize what's wrong. And so I'll tell you real quick, like once I figure out, yo, I gotta love myself first before I love someone else, I said, cool, all right, that's pretty simple. Love myself first and then, cool, I can love you. But then there's more things to that, and things that I learned was accepting somebody for who they are, and
that's the big
not trying to change someone. And the other thing to that is, if somebody don't accept you for who you are, what are you doing there?
You gotta
And
love
that's it.
a motherfucker's flaws. That's what real love. It's easy to love the things that make you feel good.
Yeah. If you don't like
You
someone,
can love the sex and the food, but do you love the annoying?
yeah. I mean, my personal opinion, if you don't like somebody just the way they are,
Yeah,
then just leave.
that's
Just
real. man.
leave. Like you're doing a disservice and you're doing yourself a disservice.
Heavy on that, man.
That's why I pick up with it. The relationship I was in before, the past relationship I was in, I think I was at Polo's house when it happened. This girl, like,
I remember talking to you about a girl from.
yeah, but we was all at Polo's house, and we was all there, and then I showed y'all the yo, I think Polo,
boy.
yo, Polo called and he was like, yo. He said, why is this girl text you paragraphs with these big words like this, bro? Like, what? So I think she is the most significant person when we count about relationships in my life. I take everything she says personally. I test everything because it's always been like.
Damn, that's one girl, man. Ooh.
I'm trying to figure out who's.
Ever since my freshman year, and I met this.
Biblical, bro.
Yeah, ever since I met this girl, my freshman year, it's always been like, alright.
Freshman year of high school?
Yeah.
That shit don't even count.
My thing is,
it's all puppy love.
she always like, my thing was she always matured quicker. She matured quicker than me. I wasn't ready. Blah blah blah.
That's how it usually is.
And then once we got out of high school,
How old was she and how old are you again?
I'm 22.
No, not now, nigga. Not now.
Back then?
Back then, I was 15. She was 14. Right now, I'm 22.
Oh yeah, you was just starting to mature. She was reaching her peak.
By the time this episode gets out, she'll be 21. But
Hey, Facebook friends and shit. Who birthday coming up?
I thought we was being really big with it. Now I take it out. Everybody knows.
That nigga dropping subtle clues, man. By the time she gonna be driving her Honda, she gonna be driving her Honda Civic.
I don't know what car she
I
drives.
gotta get specific. She probably gonna be at
You don't know what car she drives?
But I don't know what car she drives. That's no
People look at
comment.
the day of this drop and be like, "This break is around here."
By the time this drop,
Her and her 5'4", 102.
Oh, no,
One more year until she graduates.
But
Check 5'6", 5'7", somewhere around there. Yeah, I'm mad to check.
nah, that's not.
What sign is she?
That's
What sign broke your heart, bro? What
We
sign
out
broke
here.
your heart?
It's always a signs though.
Yo, if you ever get interrogated, just shut up, bro.
Don't talk my show. What? Alright, so
What sign broke your heart, man?
Dad.
What sign broke your heart, you?
I had about like 3 years.
Yeah.
Don't know.
You ever had a heartbreak?
Yeah, but it's like that shit happened like 8th grade, so
That shit don't count,
So,
man.
it don't count. But I
Yeah.
learned.
You have the same emotions when Pikachu left fucking ass. As a heartbreak at that point, bro. That shit don't count, man.
I've only been in love twice in my life with a Capricorn and a Libra.
Oh,
Damn.
those
Capricorn,
fucking
man.
Capricorn. Chill on Libra. I'm
But I don't know zodiac.
No,
You don't know
You
zodiac.
said you've been in love, or you think you're in love,
No,
or
I
you
know.
was in love.
I was and current.
Was it love or infatuation?
It wasn't infatuation, cause
How long you knew her?
the Capricorn and Libra. I'm known the Libra for. I
You
want to
mean
say
no, like in that span of the relationship or now?
In the span of from when you got your heart broke until you met her, how long was that?
So, I'm known to Libra 7 to 8 years.
Okay.
I'm known to Capricorn. We're not right.
Less than a Libra.
2019.
Yeah, less than. So I've known the Capricorn 3 years at least.
3. No. When did the Capricorn break your heart? This year?
No, 2019.
2019. The same year you met her?
It's like 3 months after I met.
See, that's infatuation, bro.
But the thing
that's
is,
infatuation.
it was always
Big eyes.
I
But
get
the
the Libra
Libra-
that might have been love.
The Libra was definitely love. I definitely learned a lot from her.
And that's a bad. I mean, I'm gonna get misogynist right now.
Go ahead.
He like that shit. He like that. I've been waiting for this moment, man. Fuck these bitches. I've been waiting for that.
I ain't going. I want. Fuck these hoes, bro.
We respect women.
I love women. Just the one who.
Nah, but what I was
don't
gonna
love
say
the one
is-
waste my time.
What I'm gonna say is, it's a bad sign when a man falls in love before the woman.
That's
how I
That's
feel.
what they say.
That's
I don't. You fall first for a woman.
I
don't know. It just put too much pressure on. Girls don't like pressure like that.
I don't want to say.
I fall in love quick. I see beyond sometimes, just a little bit, just a little bit. I see beyond sometimes.
Marriage and a wedding and shit.
And then I'll be trying to make moments last, cause in reality nothing really lasts. So I try to make it last. But when time is wasted, I get vexed, and that's when it's.
How old are
You
you?
need a book.
Huh? You 22?
Alright, that's it.
Hold on, time out.
As long as we know who gave you the book, that's all that matters. They don't
What is
know.
it with young people talking about wasting their time? You have all the time to waste. What you talking about? You mad wasting time,
Yeah,
man.
you try.
Yeah, this is the time to learn and fuck up and waste time. I be hearing girls be like, "Oh, I ain't got no time to waste, man. You need to take it." I'm like, "Bro, you 23 years old, man. Like, you got time, bruh.
Yeah, so it was.
You got time to waste, man.
I'm
This is
very impatient.
This is the age where you're supposed to learn what you like, what you don't like, what works, what doesn't work. Waste all that time.
So
Bro.
let me ask
I
you a
was a
question.
terrible person. So.
Waste all
Wait,
that
she gave me a
time. Go ahead,
book too,
Mom.
by the way. Was that? I got a book from her. It's called The Way of
Supreme
Superior.
exam?
Nah,
The Way of Superior.
Can you say? Can you
Yeah, I
say?
read
that
it.
book?
You read it too?
Yeah, I read the book.
Oh, yeah.
But how would you feel though if a girl just gave you that book out of nowhere? How to be a superior man? Like how? Would you,
That's the name of the book?
honestly, like how would you
Is
feel
that
if
the
she
way-
gave you that book?
Yeah.
That's what happened? The way it happened. We can talk about the way it happened after the show.
No. He reached his limit.
Alright, so the way it happened.
Shit, bruh.
I was chilling one day, and then this is crazy because we just came off
That is
of.
rough, man.
We just came off the.
That sound like love. You got that shit kind of love.
Here, right here, brother. Here.
Nah, that was for the next girl. He's just like, yo, you
So
need to
it
step
was
your
just
shit
like-
up for the next girl because it ain't gonna
We
happen.
just came off of like a disagreement. Like it was so we was like, alright, we need space from each other. So I'm like, alright, we taking space from each other. So sometime in December. When did we go to the men's conference? The men's conference. December, right?
Yeah,
Alright, so yeah, the month of May.
Around
So
there, yeah.
around December, January, I get a call, and her ringtone is different from everybody else's because usually I ignore calling. So I hear that.
Up like that.
Yeah, so I
I
know.
was really in love.
So I know it's her calling me. I'm like, oh shit. So I pick up the phone. I'm like, hey, what's up?
I remember the last time I did
Never.
That's your ringtone for a girl?
No.
Boy,
Like,
even my girl gets on vibrate.
Silent. So
Silence.
You gotta clear.
Nah, but go ahead.
yeah, so like I'm about to demonstrate right now. So it'll be like,
Yo, he got a.
so the phone will ring like this.
Oh, how?
So the phone will ring like that, and I pick it up. I'm like, yo, what's up?
Oh no.
And you don't even wait for the second
She
ring.
like your fine china.
No, like, I wait two. Everything I do is even. So I wait 2 rings. If I miss the second ring, I'll go 4.
You got that shit, man.
So I'll pick up
You gotta switch up now.
Don't want to look desperate.
like, so I'll pick up like, yo.
She knew she had your ass.
So I'm like, yo. And then she's just like, we be chatting it up. I'm just like, cause I'm surprised she's calling me. And then it's like, hey, I think you should really read this book. And I'm just like, what? I'm like, alright, I guess, whatever. What's the book called? She said, I read this book, I think you should really read it. I'm like,
Oh nah, she
read it. She read it.
She read it first, and she
Holy
was like, yo,
shit.
I really
She
recommend
learned
it.
it to
She
learn.
read the whole thing.
She ready to learn how a real man's supposed to act.
Wait,
So she's like,
man.
yo, I think you should read this book. Like, it's really interesting. And I'm just saying here, like, alright, what's the book called? And then she shows me the book. And by y'all playing the game, so I look down, pause the game. I'm like, the way of the super. Hell no!
Shit.
And then she's just like,
Imagine I got off stage and a girl gave me comedy 101. Comedy for dummies. Well, I throw that shit in the trash, bro.
so I'm just like, alright, you know what? I'm not reading this book. You should read the book. I'm like, you know what? Fine, I'll read the book. So,
So you read the
Why
book?
read the book when we got Kevin Samuels?
so I took the book. I read like I looked at the table of contents and I was like, yo, this is insane. So I went inside, met up with Urbane and Rodney, and I was like, yo, she just told me to read this book. Rodney read the first two, like, he read the Sailor Constance. He was like, yo, you're insane. Why are you reading this book?
Bro, that shit was fire.
So I ended up reading the book.
And you didn't feel no type of way about that.
You
Really.
still got the book though?
Do I still got the book?
Yeah.
It's a PDF. Like, I didn't buy the book.
Like,
So I
yo,
got
he told me and my heart hurt. That's how I knew he should have felt some
Yeah,
type of way.
it's not a bad book. I'm sure you can get some information from it. It's just
give
the
you a
way
book
it happened.
how to improve your stroke
It's the
game.
way it happened.
So I'm reading the book. And I'm just like, yo, this is insane.
I read it someone just. I read it. She was a girl. Girls like, you're not manly enough. They just hand me a book, detail to detail, tell me how to improve
You
myself.
trying to
It's
educate
better
me.
if you insult me than try to help me like that.
But the thing
Like,
is,
don't you dare educate me
man.
like that.
Like, the
Yeah, don't you dare try to improve my life like that. What's wrong with you, man?
Like, and Curb and Polo can attest to this because I went to Polo's house one day and I was in an argument. And then it was like a whole paragraph, like, and it just called me names, like, yo, you're stubborn, you're hard-headed, like, you know, you don't play well with elders, you're volatile, you're all of this. And I'm reading this to Polo. Polo's like, boy, like, what?
And you know what you should have did? K. Don't even feed into that shit.
So it's just like, and all of that's going on, like, okay, so whatever. Tell me about myself, sure, I'll take it, I'll prove. Come back, I'll tell you about yourself. I did, so it happened. But, like, most of it is just like, I appreciate it, because it's like, you know, made me into a better person, did me
into a better man. How to be a man, right?
The book can't teach me that, I already knew who
I would have
was.
bought a book called How to Be an Obedient Woman.
I was just about to say that. I'm thinking of a book I would give to my girl. It's like, here, what you know, how to listen.
Like, how are you going to know how I
If we
feel?
can read it, like, you know what I'm saying?
How to be a better woman, man.
So it is what it is.
That's wow, that's funny, man.
To this day, we haven't talked about the book.
It's funny that you bring this up because it was just like I was watching a YouTube video of Abba and Preach, and they was talking about like it's easier to take like an insult. Like you just you already said,
Yeah.
all right, like it's easier to take an insult than like the subliminal way of you trying to be
The
like
passive,
positive.
it's the passive aggressiveness of
Yeah,
it.
it's like
It's
trying
that you trying to say something and it gives you an out. Oh no, I'm just saying it's a good
Yeah, it was
book.
a
I'm not
video.
trying to say you
It was
should
like,
improve
like
as
a
a man.
video on TikTok, and it was like a bunch of like
She ended up
white.
telling me.
I was saying a bunch of white girls like I love black men, I love black men, I love black men. It was like the way it sound, like I mean, it looks positive. You just look at it, but the way it sounds just sounds off. Like it sounds like
And
it's
you
like if
pick
I
up
buy
on
me
that shit,
like
man.
it's like
Why you looking at me?
that shit feels good. Like, I don't think
That is.
yeah, like I read. But you said, but
Whoa,
white people
whoa.
just came to me. They're like, I hate you, nigga. I'd probably be like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool
Exactly.
with
Nah,
that.
I would have snuffed him.
And she gave you a book. How to be a better coon.
Like when she
I
was
was
telling me
loved it
about
too.
the book, and I get it. Like I agree with her. I'm very prideful. So when she first did it, I'm like, hell no, I'm not reading this. And I turned on Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm like, it's not you can stay on the phone, or I'm begging. Like I'm not reading that book. And she was like, you know, she was like, yo, I think you should really read it.
Damn, she was pushing that shit.
I was like, how did you even find out about
She's
this
like,
book?
no, you should really read this.
Like, how did you even find out about this book? She was like, oh, I watched the Breakfast Club, and you know, they had this, you know.
Breakfast Club.
I'm like, what?
See, look,
Oh.
that was the one time you had permission to act like a female in that situation. Everything that she said, volatile and all, act like that the next day.
I was like, where? Did she read it?
Like, shit, maybe I do need this book now, right?
So I'm reading it, and I'm like, alright, there's certain points of the book where I was like, alright, this is very interesting, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's the fact that you read it. I'm sorry, I wouldn't have brought myself to read the book.
I would give like a summary based on like, yeah, I read the book, like, yeah, it said this and that.
Nah,
We're not doing that.
Nah.
the first go around, it was crazy because it was like, yo, I need you to read this book and give me a summary. You come over, we're gonna like, I'm gonna give you questions about the book. You just-
Hey, yo, she your teacher?
I'm like, what? Crazy. I'm like, come on.
Like a book club.
You're right. That's what I'm saying. Like, she said, listen, tomorrow 6:30. I'm gonna need you to come in with your notes and everything.
She was like,
I'm
that.
gonna give you a test.
All right, that's fine.
It's open
Yo.
book.
And you know what's crazy? She said this around like, I think, is Herbie there? One of my boys was there, and I picked up the phone. She said it. I'm like, you're crazy as hell. I'm about to go home. I'm about to go play the game. Banged on her. And I was like, dang, that's crazy. I ain't heard from her since until July or something. So I was like, yeah, like,
That book to this day is just wild.
Sorry, man. Just heal and move on.
Yeah, move on.
Move
Mark,
on,
do you
man.
do you
Move on.
believe a woman could teach a man how to be a better man, or is that something that you learn on your own?
Can a woman? Well, it depends on who the woman is. The person I'm in a relationship, I'll say no. I mean, I can learn from my sisters, from my mom, but the person I'm with, like, here's the thing, because that kind of goes exactly what I was going to ask. Is like, you know, do you pick the person you like when it comes to women, right? Do you pick her, or is she the one picking you? And like, do you want the best person for yourself? We're all gonna say yes, right? Do you want the best person for yourself, right? But are you where you want to be? Are you in your prime? I'm gonna say for most of y'all, no. I mean, I can probably say I'm getting closer there. Not to make an age gap thing. So when you think about it, you're not even in your prime, right? But you want the best person for you. So it's like, not to make it seem like, hey, y'all too young for love. I'm not trying to say that. You know what I'm saying? I believe you in love, but this is one of the things that maybe we can relate on, where we're like, man, they're gonna make mistakes, man.
Yeah.
Later on, they're gonna forgive it. But it's kind of those things where like people tell you, but you really don't listen. You go through it anyway. And what happened? You got your heart broken, and that time you could have been working on this. So won't you get to your peak like a Jason Tatum? Won't you get to that? Won't you get to that all-star? Won't you? Listen,
This is
say,
his peak.
Say to yourself,
yes.
say to yourself, am I still a rookie? Am I a sophomore? Or am I a rel? Do I feel like I'm doing my thing right now? I should be an all-star. Are you an all-star? If you're not an all-star, what you doing with a woman? Because
I'm an all-star.
Okay, then.
I'm a superstar.
You're a
I'm a
superstar.
superstar.
So there's no
Right now?
So you in your prime right
I'm not in my prime.
So-
but I could be a superstar, not my prime.
now? That's true. That's
I
facts.
could
That's
be a superstar,
facts.
Not my prime yet.
That's facts.
Yeah.
I got a
Yeah,
question.
JT. Yeah.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
What if
I did-
somebody else gave you that book?
Oh, if it was anybody else, what? Yo, if it was anybody else, like I promise you.
What if it was a woman friend that you didn't even see like that, but it was just like one of your woman friends who gave that?
She was gonna have to get headbutted.
Then you dumb.
Really?
Because that
No,
would've been
that's
different
cool. If
context.
she gave it to, it's a different context.
It's a different.
If I'm in a relationship with you, nah. But if it was a woman
that's like
friend,
my thing
alright.
is-
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's why,
Yeah.
because like for
That's a
example,
different
that's like when you probably first started, you know, in radiology, I guess how you say it. Radiology.
Yeah.
It's like if somebody gave you a book like 101 in radiology, like when you're first starting, it's like, you know, oh, this looks helpful or something. But it just, when somebody said, yo, I'm gonna need you to read this,
One of your
give you a
patients gave it
response,
to you.
it's like she's assertively telling you.
One of your patients gave it to you.
Exactly.
Like,
I'm
she
treating
straight up,
you.
she assertively like, I need you to read this and then tell me how you feel about this book. It's not like, you know,
It's a different
I
context.
feel like, you know, this might help you, know what I'm saying?
This might help us with our situation.
No matter what, it
something
probably
like
would have
that.
felt a little bit offensive, but I just feel like that shit was always.
Shit, if she would have went about it a different way, it would have been better.
That's a good ass camera though.
I know you're lying.
I'm seeing all my blemishes and shit, man.
Just like
But yeah,
Kyrie.
like it's crazy. but yeah, I'm a superstar. I'm the
The answer's no.
Like I always think that I'm the most electrifying. I'm the best at what I do. I am. But
Yeah, him and bodies.
But you don't think that breeds complacency?
completely.
If you think you're already at the top,
I
it
mean,
gives you less to attain to.
I always have room to improve, but I'm always feel like right now, like as a
Or
man,
got that dog in them.
I do. Like somebody text me right now, my phone will bark. But like as a man, as Kyrell, and this is where self-evaluation plays a part into it. I had to come to grips like, yo, like what do I really stand for? Like who am I for real? Like I go back and I'm like, yo, like half my life I've been trying to be like what other people have sought me out to be. Half my life I've been trying to be like, you know, Lil Polo, whatever the case may be. I've been looking up to Ronnie, I've been looking up to Polo, I've been trying to be in their follow their footsteps. That's not what I'm like, that's not me. They did things their way, I'm gonna do things mine. Like so the best version of Kyrell is here, but there's still more that this version of Kyrell can show people.
I believe we never reach our best selves. We just keep improving.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that's the end of it.
I don't know, LeBron pretty close.
Especially in
that nigga, I did reach his best up, bro. I don't know how much more you can improve.
Just hit a
bro.
bill. Shoot.
Well, you talk about cell versus a crab.
Yeah. Now he a perfect human being too. He that too.
Nah, no one's a perfect human being.
So yeah.
But yeah. All seriousness though, I don't believe anybody's, and I don't believe any of us are in our prime either. Like, we're not even settled in.
But like,
for us to say that we're in our prime is just us. We're looking to. We're
Yeah,
looking
it's
too
different
far
from
ahead.
sports, bro.
Yeah,
Sports
like,
age is totally different from real age.
We're at the beginning. We're at the starting line.
okay,
You didn't even get there, bro. But like, still training for the starting line.
You know what? Yeah, right. It is more so still training. Yeah.
I think even like we make people seem, but like even
we don't got our own apartments and no cars right now.
even relatively speaking, like 40 is young, bro. You still got a lot. Like, man, people still figuring it out. Shit at 50.
Maybe that's why they don't die like 90s or 40.
Yeah.
This is another thing I have to say about myself. Yeah, I think I'm the best or whatever the case may
And we're
be.
not building generational
But
welfare.
one thing about Kyrell is I am a man of many contradictions. Like I do have a bunch of different parts, whatever the case may be.
But that's not really a contradiction. That's just different compartments.
No, like
That's different. Like who you are here could be different from
no,
who you are.
I'm not
there.
saying that
What are you
like
talking about?
I'm just talking about life in general. I'm like I feel like I'm a man of many contradictions. Like and sometimes
Expound on that.
like okay, so I could be. It does have something to do with self-esteem, confidence, just like that, and decision making, all the whole nine, like you know. But there's different ways I would react to certain things. Like is constant overthinking. It's constant, like you know, just proving who I have to be. And sooner or later, I'm about to just be like, I don't got to prove myself to nobody. And all those different contradictions can come together, and it could just be like, once they all do, it's like, hey, maybe I am like the best version of myself. If that makes any sense to everybody in the room.
It goes back to the phrase we was talking about outside, man.
I wasn't outside.
I know.
Oh, that's what you're about to tell
Oh,
me.
Yeah. I feel like once again, you know, you're just dumb enough to go with it, and
Smart enough to know when to quit.
yeah.
Facts, man. That's
I
dope.
feel like, but then again, that's kind of what we need at our age. We need to be dumb enough to just try shit and fail.
Yeah.
Ignorance is bliss for real, man. A lot of people think ignorance is it has a negative connotation. Like,
No.
man, you ignorant. But ignorant just means to not know.
Exactly. Yeah,
And when you just not know and you come in with a blank head and no preconceived notions, I think that's the best way to enter a lot of things, man.
Yeah,
Because
that's
you're not
why,
self-doubt. Because a lot of people enter. No, go ahead.
that's why when you said what's it called about when we was talking about time, like
Yeah.
I don't mind, you know, going into stuff, experience stuff.
Yeah.
It's what's it called? It's the time and effort I'm putting into. Like me, yeah, like, I'm 22 years old, but I don't want to keep doing this every age of wasting time.
I feel you, but I'm just saying, as a young person, this is the time to waste time. That's it. Like, I wish I wasted more time when I was younger.
time to make mistakes.
Yeah, time to make mistakes.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you
yeah.
learn a lot from the mistakes, man.
Yeah, make all your mistakes in your 20s.
Yeah,
do it now.
But a little tangent to what I was saying before, as far as like coming in with a blank slate, I think a lot of people do the self-sabotage when you go in with what it's supposed to look like, and then when you enter it, and it's totally different. Just because it's different doesn't mean it's bad.
Talk about relationships.
We can talk about relationships
It
too.
works on a lot of aspects.
Like a lot of people walk into a relationship, oh, my girl got to be like this and that, this and that, this and that, or she got to act this way. And then when you get into a relationship and she's not acting like that,
You
then
already checked out.
you already checked out. But it's just, it could be just different. It could still work, but it's just different from your expectations.
Yo, that Jay-Z,
Yeah.
Jay-Z lyric stay with me to this day ever since that.
Which one?
Not like it was you almost went Eric Benet, you went the bad building, wait, blah blah blah.
The 444.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was Kill Jay-Z.
Yeah, Kill Jay-Z on
Yeah.
444.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just
So-
saying the album.
Yeah, that line sticks with me when I think about that certain person. But it's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
But you, Eric Benet, or you're Lisa Benet at that point, because she let you go.
Oh boy.
Whoa! It's different.
I got it confused, my man. I got it confused. Nah, but like,
Don't worry, it'll be another 10 minutes from just.
Yeah, but
But like speaking of that clean slate, like when people, what you say about people having that mindset of who their like perfect significant other is. Me, I like trying new things, or what's it called, or like knowing my significant other, so I can what's it called, you know, build up that trust. And when you have that trust, you have that communication. Because when you just, you know, doing it and then winging it, it's certain things that significant other is not willing to tell you because y'all haven't built up what's it called, the chemistry together, and then your relationship just fall apart. That's why I'm so heavy on that one word, communication. Because if I can't communicate with you, or you can't communicate with me, it's stuff that we're not telling each other that's not making this relationship elevate, and then we're just wasting each other's time.
How would you rank the important factors in a relationship? Like, what do you look for in a successful relationship? Like, rank the factors.
You don't know.
Oh,
man.
young buck. No, grown man. Yeah. Well, how would you rank a successful
real quick disclaimer. I'm not misogynistic like these guys here.
Whoa. I ain't speak to Mark off stage, man. He be saying all this type of shit, bro.
Because listen,
Mark be letting it fly, bro.
The reason why I have that disclaimer, because some people, not me by the way, feel that there's a certain age where women are their peaks, right?
Oh yeah,
people say that, right?
Retirement age.
Hit the wall. That's what
hit the wall,
yeah.
right? So when you really think about it, right? Maybe I got all sisters, so you know, I'm a little biased, you know, or defensive towards it. But like, yo, are they wrong in the sense of?
Oh shit, Mark! I'm trying to save you, bro.
No, listen,
real hard.
Hang on.
Choose your words wisely, man.
I got you.
I don't want you to get in trouble with your girl, man.
So hang on 1 second. So like you said, that whoever that was about to turn 21, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that person is looking for the best possible person for them.
Oh, it is me.
Yeah.
Right?
It is me.
And listen, that person, whoever you're describing, I'm assuming she's beautiful, right? I'm assuming, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many people are pursuing her, right? Meaning her opportunities are in abundance. Mm-hmm. And all I'm telling you, just, you know, we family, this is all love, is you're going to get to that same point of abundance where it's like now you're the one choosing who you want to be. I think if you're not secure in yourself, you're not where you want to be, you're not in your prime, you're not even really picking a person to be with. You just want somebody to pick you. And are you really the driver? Are you really the king? If somebody's picking you, does the queen pick a king? Or does the king pick his queen? So she's looking at you, no disrespect, maybe that book was out of genuine love. But it's really like let's not get personal, but it's really a leadership thing. It's really I gotta look up to you. Now, there's only two things that can really go on, I'm assuming, right now in your life. Like a LeBron James, because yes, you can find love early, but you got this different by default, right? One thing going on. So it's either you meet somebody and they are on board with your vision, right? That's scenario A. Mm-hmm. Scenario B is you meet somebody where, well, scenario B is you build a castle, you build a home, and you bring somebody in your life. But, you know, you chasing someone else's dream, and you have your dream, that sounds like a distraction. That's just my perspective.
But I'm gonna fight a little bit back over something that you said, because I get what we was talking about it like a while back, last time a while back about the king and queen thing. Like, I get what you're saying in the context, like, you know, a king who marries a woman automatically becomes queen, but when a queen marries a man, he's just the queen's husband. Like, that's what you mean.
Good disclaimer. I never said that.
That's what you meant. Because it goes back to the... Alright, but when you say...
Let's do the buck. But yes.
Yeah, but when you were saying, like, oh, are you choosing them or are they choosing you? Like, there's a little nuance to that. I think we choose each other.
Yeah, you're right. You know,
we do choose each other because it's like, I don't believe in that, the soulmate. I don't believe in the concept of soulmate. It's like everybody, oh, he's my soulmate. It's like, word, out of everybody in the world, out of 6 billion people in the world, your soulmate just happened to go to the same high school as you. Word.
Must have a million other soulmates.
Exactly. I don't believe in the soulmates. I don't, like, if you want to make it work with somebody, it don't matter how different you guys are. You gotta have to want to do it. As long as you want to do it, I think anybody can work with anybody. You just gotta choose them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree. Y'all do choose each other.
Yeah.
There's a difference between y'all choosing each other and you just choosing the person that just said yes.
Oh no, she came back.
Oh, okay, I see.
That's a different. You know what I'm saying?
She came back to you, bro?
You keep the fuck. You keep the fuck.
It's not about that.
She watches your podcast.
We still on this love.
Oh yeah, we move on. You know what? Let's not the show right there. Thank you guys for tuning into the show. You know,
this episode turned into the bark.
Nah, it's real.
The villain arc.
There's a villain arc.
No,
You know,
this the fucking
This is the most moist podcast.
yo, where my close up at? Yo,
No, we gotta bring some real nigga shit. We gotta end on some real nigga shit. Bro.
Alright, I don't want to talk about your.
What's the last body you had?
no, I'm gonna end it off good. I got y'all. Where my close up at? You got me on close up. Yo, thank you for tuning into this episode of Different by Default. You know, we appreciate having Curb and Mark with us again. You know, this was a dope episode. It's probably gonna be our highest rated episode. You might see this on social media all over the place. Damn, I might get my first.
Bro, you're a good host. Did you learn that from that book?
Oh, nah, I been had this. I had. She gave me the book season 3.
That's funny because that's when I saw the improvement in you, man. I was like, since season 3, bro, you've been hitting it, man.
You look like a superior man now.
Yeah, man. I noticed that shit. Man.
Yo, so what was I about to say? That
hot, bro.
Everyone feeling that heat, that like hitting that.
That's my close up.
Oh yeah, man. Don't mess up your braids, man.
If she watching the episode, which she is, just call me after the episode. You know, after you watch the episode, it's like. Are we talking about the Libra? If you watching the episode, you know who you are. You know what to do.
That's right. You fucked up for doing that shit. You fucked up.
So watch the episode after this. Call me whatever the case may be. But back to my.
Bobby Newman is a bum.
He is a bum.
He ain't Kyrell.
If he ain't me, he a bum.
That's how he ain't Kyrell.
If he ain't me, he a bum.
Straight up. I mean, I'm not you, bro. What you trying to say?
I mean, you not damn her though.
Oh. But what if?
What that TikTok? That's crazy.
I don't know who she is, man.
What that TikTok say? It's called. My shoes better, my clothes better, my team better, like everything better. Like what say fellow seasons? Yeah, like whatever the case may be. This is Different by Default. I'm still your host. I will forever be your host. I'm the most electrifying Haitian out here. I'll see y'all next time. Buy y'all merch, whatever the case may be. Different by Default.
Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Whole lot of money in the tuck, tryna double up. I ain't in the lane with nobody, I'm on some other stuff. Black tinted windows, we pull up. It's getting scarier by the day.